Hello everyone, welcome to Infinity Productions. Today we're taking a look at quite an old figure now, the Transformers Armada Supercon class Blurr. There's no packaging left with this guy, so let's take a look. I've had him since he first came out. So Blurr is some kind of futuristic looking sports car with quite a slim portrait that screams speed. Appropriate considering his name. He's painted primarily in this dull grey, which isn't too bad. I think it serves the figure quite well, especially with how he's broken up with all these other colours. We've got a narrow front with light blue painting along the bumper, which will become his hands in robot mode. As you can see, the front doesn't quite connect together all that well. One of the few nitpicks I have about this guy, and that's mainly due to because, as I said, these become his hands, and the hands don't have any articulation on them whatsoever. So they're just kind of stuck there, real blocky like. Yellow translucent plastic with headlights, and some dark blue grey-ish colour to break up the light grey. Moving on up the body, we have similar yellow translucent plastic on the windscreen area, and all of this cockpit section can lift up. There's no seating detail or anything inside, and that feature is primarily there for transformation purposes. I do really like the painting effect along the sides though, how the black blends with the grey, creating a scorch effect. It's probably the most unique bit of painting on this figure in its entirety, in all honesty. As we have a look at the back, you've got this massive gap here, which we'll come to a bit later. The feet stick out, but again, that's unavoidable just because of the transformation. And then you've got these massive cannons sticking out, which you could, I guess, pass as thruster engines for the car. All in all, it's not a terrible looking car mode. You've got a bit of gappage at the front, but it is what it is. So if we do a size comparison, here he is next to Paralinx Cyclonus. Both deluxe classes. Supercon was the phrase for deluxe back in the day. Cyclonus is bigger, but then again he's a helicopter, and plus he's got crumple zone attached, so if we just move him, you can kind of see, yeah, he's bigger. And here he is next to Energon Hotshot from the succeeding line. Blur's just a bit bigger. And here he is next to Galvatron, who completely dwarfs him. Yeah, I mean, it's no contest. When it comes to accessories, Blurr comes with his Minicon Incinerator, who's a little blue sports car in his alternative mode. So if we have a look at him in robot mode first, there's nothing too special about him, unfortunately. Primarily blue with a bit of orange on the back for his spoiler. Now he does have a Minicon symbol on his chest, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to focus in on it. I probably won't be able to. But it is there. I can't get it in any better shot, unfortunately. Articulation rise. Both of his arms can move together. That's part of the transformation system, I guess. I mean, there is a pin that runs right through, so his arms are kind of on a bar, but they can move independently of one another. His legs, I mean, they're a bit floppy. That's just because of how much he's been used over the years, but he's got a kick. You can bend at the knee all the way, but again, that's transformation rise, really. So he is what he is. And to transform him, don't tear his arm off like that. Fortunately, it's just on a ball joint. But put that all together, flip that up and make sure it all connects. And in my case, his arm isn't, there we go. And then simply fold up. It's difficult doing this on camera. There you are, a little Formula 1-esque sports car. Not too shabby. Now you can plug Incinerator onto any of the Minicon ports that Blurr has. Each Armada figure came with plenty of them, so did just about all of them in the Unicron trilogy, to be honest. But what you can do with Incinerator is, if we return to that slot at the back there, you can plug him in nose first, and there you go, that gun came off, but never mind. And what this does is it activates his third mode, which is that of a flying car. So I guess that technically makes Blurr triple changer. Ish. Yeah, again, it is what it is. It's nothing too special. Any vehicle mode that has a flight capability that is naturally a land vehicle always looks a bit daft. However, what it does do, and again, let's see if we can focus, which we can, it does reveal quite some nice detailing on the inside of the wheels. And it's not actually part of the wheels, it's just moulded plastic. But there you go, now you can see. But yeah, it doesn't change his size or anything, it's just there. But what this does do is allow us a good segue into the transformation. And there you have Blurr in his robot mode after a very easy transformation sequence. And in robot mode, he displays even more blue, which is just a bit too putrid, in all honesty. It helps that it's broken up by the red, the orange, and the grey-bluish colour, whatever that is, all over his body. But the main blue is just a bit too vibrant and in your face. However, Blurr's torso features some very impressive detailing, with a mighty Autobot symbol slapped on his chest, as you can see. His head is also impressively sculpted, and it does possess some pretty nifty light piping. Articulation wise, Blurr's head can do a full 360 degrees. His arms can move up that far, but if you just bring them up and return them to their transformation status, then they can move up that far. Double bend at the elbow. Nothing at the wrist, which is unfortunate. Nothing at the waist. If you move his backpack out, then he can spread his legs that far. Bend at the knee. A swivel at the upper leg. And that's on a ball joint, which offers a great range of posability. Toes can bend, but again, that's part of the transformation. And that applies to the heels as well. So, articulation, it's reasonable. Compared to modern figures, it's very lackluster. But again, it's to be expected of toys of the age. An extra little detail, if we have a look at his cannons here, you can see that they are primarily in orange plastic with that grey-blue colour primarily on the handle. Orange, of course, being a safety precaution for firearms, or toys of firearms, should I say. It just helps differentiate that they're not actually live and real. However, why you'd expect something like this to ever be a real gun, I don't know. There's a circular port here, and there's another one there. That one there is used for connecting it to the car in vehicle mode. This one, straight there on Blurr's arm, so he's holding it. And of course that can be done for both guns. There is a mini-com port on top, which you can plug Incinerator into, and that does fire quite powerfully. In terms of size comparison, here we are with Energon Hotshot, Parallax Cyclonus, and Armada Galvatron, and you can just see me in the background. Hello! So Blurr is pretty standard size for a deluxe class figure. All in all, he's a fine figure for his time. His level of detail is pretty cool, but he suffers from limited articulation and all that back kibble. Look at it. Yeah, it's a cool trench coat. Blurr is probably the OG rocker of it, before crosshairs came along in Age of Extinction. That's a story for another time. But it's just there. It doesn't even fold up. It just gives him this blocky feel, and it gets in the way of, you know, his leg movements. You have to fold it back if you want the full range of his articulation. And it just ultimately detracts from how good the figure could have been. That said, he does look pretty good on your shelf. And if you're nostalgic for the Armada days, like I am, then consider picking him up from somewhere like eBay. So there we go, that's Blurr for you. I don't know how frequent uploads will be on this channel, but if you like what you've seen, please consider giving this video a like and subscribe, and ring that bell so you know when I do upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.